I wish I was going for a party after this, but no.
I wanted to join Museo because I want to be a part of shaping the mobility of tomorrow.
Here we are actually concentrate on some different problems and solving these problems like environment, climate change.
At Museo I have learned to work in a team on a real project and to deal with obstacles and challenges which occur and you are not confronted with in lectures.
Museo offers you a lot of possibilities and a lot of liberty that allows you to make basically whatever you want.
I think Museo gives everyone the opportunity not to learn technical skills, but also to develop personally and learn a lot of skills you can't learn during your studies. Just by working together with a really interdisciplinary team from different backgrounds, like different nationalities, different universities, and it's just really great to see how all of it came together so nicely.
I had the honor to be part of the founding team, and it's so incredible how the whole team evolved over the past 1.5 years. And it's so great to see what we have right now. So we achieved lots of achievements in the competitions at Valencia, and it's also great to see that we have right now a fully functioning office space. And we have a great team that is committed and that really wants to change the future.
With Museo I associate two different things. On the one hand, all the people there. A lot of skilled people, a lot of smart people, and also a lot of ambitious people. But also on the other hand, it's a great opportunity to transfer the gained knowledge at university to real-life projects.
My reason to join Museo was because I saw the potential of an amazing activity, an amazing thing, an amazing group that can achieve something greater by working together.
I joined Museo because I thought of the great opportunity to work in a team, to build something really extraordinary, which you won't have the possibility in later times in your life.
All these challenges we face every day gives them the opportunity to surpass themselves and grow beyond them. And I'm really thankful for all the team and all the commitment they put in day and night. To make our dream, our goal possible.
For me, Museo in one word is passion.
I would say adventurous.
I choose challenge.
I would describe it as innovative.
Curiosity.
Friendly.
Definitely team effort.
Groundbreaking.
Is that 2 words?
One and a half years ago, we had the dream to change the mobility of the future. But the cool thing is that right now we still have the same dream, but it's also way more than that. It's our mission. And I think that with all the workbenches and with all the equipment and with the great team we have in Karlsruhe and in Stuttgart, we really are pursuing this goal, and I think that we can achieve some great goals in the future.
I am Museo.
I am mu0.
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 I wish I was going for a party after this, but no.
I wanted to join Museo because I want to be a part of shaping the mobility of tomorrow.
Here we are actually concentrate on some different problems and solving these problems like environment, climate change.
At Museo, I've learned to work in a team on a real project and to deal with obstacles and challenges which occur and you are not confronted with in lectures.
Museo offers you a lot of possibilities and a lot of liberty that allows you to make basically whatever you want.
I think Museo gives everyone the opportunity not to learn technical skills, but also to develop personally and learn a lot of skills you can't learn during your studies. Just by working together with a really interdisciplinary team from different backgrounds, like different nationalities, different universities, and it's just really great to see how all of it came together so nicely.
I had the honor to be part of the founding team, and it's so incredible how the whole team evolved over the past 1.5 years. And it's so great to see what we have right now. So we achieved lots of achievements in the competitions at Valencia, and it's also great to see that we have right now a fully functioning office space. And we have a great team that is committed and that really wants to change the future.
With Museo, I associate two different things. On the one hand, all the people there. A lot of skilled people, a lot of smart people, and also a lot of ambitious people. But also on the other hand, it's a great opportunity to transfer the gained knowledge at university to real-life projects.
My reason to join Museo was because I saw the potential of an amazing activity, an amazing thing, an amazing group that can achieve something greater by working together.
I joined Museo because I thought of the great opportunity to work in a team, to build something really extraordinary, which you won't have the possibility in later times in your life.
All these challenges we face every day gives them the opportunity to surpass themselves and grow beyond them. And I'm really thankful for all the team and all the commitment they put in day and night. To make our dream, our goal possible.
For me, Museo in one word is passion.
I would say adventurous.
I choose challenge.
I would describe it as innovative.
Curiosity.
Friendly.
Definitely team effort.
Groundbreaking. Is that 2 words?
One and a half years ago, we had the dream to change the mobility of the future. But the cool thing is that right now we still have the same dream, but it's also way more than that. It's our mission. And I think that with all the workbenches and with all the equipment and with the great team we have in Karlsruhe and in Stuttgart, we really are pursuing this goal, and I think that we can achieve some great goals in the future.
I am Museo.
I am mu0.
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 I wish I was going for a party after this, but no.
I wanted to join Museo because I want to be a part of shaping the mobility of tomorrow.
Here we are actually concentrate on some different problems and solving these problems like environment, climate change.
At Museo, I've learned to work in a team on a real project and to deal with obstacles and challenges which occur and you are not confronted with in lectures.
Museo offers you a lot of possibilities and a lot of liberty that allows you to make basically whatever you want.
I think Museo gives everyone the opportunity not to learn technical skills, but also to develop personally and learn a lot of skills you can't learn during your studies. Just by working together with a really interdisciplinary team from different backgrounds, like different nationalities, different universities, and it's just really great to see how all of it came together so nicely.
I had the honor to be part of the founding team, and it's so incredible how the whole team evolved over the past 1.5 years. And it's so great to see what we have right now. So we achieved lots of achievements in the competitions at Valencia, and it's also great to see that we have right now a fully functioning office space. And we have a great team that is committed and that really wants to change the future.
With Museo, I associate two different things. On the one hand, all the people there, a lot of skilled people, a lot of smart people, and also a lot of ambitious people. But also on the other hand, it's a great opportunity to transfer the gained knowledge at university to a real-life project.
My reason to join Museo was because I saw the potential of an amazing activity, an amazing thing, an amazing group that can achieve something greater by working together.
I joined Museo because I thought of the great opportunity to work in a team, to build something really extraordinary, which you won't have the possibility in later times in your life.
All these challenges we face every day.
mZero is to build a fully functioning Hyperloop prototype. In the long run, that includes a propulsion and levitation system through electromagnets.
Quite a while to get to the airport. Now it's working? But let's not forget about the high emissions of air travel. Trains might be a possibility since climate change forces us to come up with other solutions. But still, trains might be much slower. Humankind always reached out for new ways to travel. At that point, Hyperloop takes the spotlight. Technology is making it possible, and we are part of it. Stay hyped and prepare yourself for our progress and our technical achievements.
Now, besides our research on the scalability of our system, our main efforts, and if you ask me, the really fun part, is the development of subscale Hyperloop prototypes. If you ask yourself, or if you're wondering, that's what these roof box-shaped pods are all about. To make Hyperloop a reality, there are 3 technological pillars that have to be developed and united. That is powerful contactless propulsion, stable and energy-efficient levitation, as well as a scalable vacuum system. For our first season, we dove right into the first challenge. With a ground-up developed linear induction motor, we were able to assemble a fully functioning pod and were awarded the award for Best Kickstart. Yes. Now that definitely motivated us for our second season to sit down and refine the system even further. With a completely new pod, a perfected motor, and so many excited team members, we drove to Delft, fully loaded for our second competition. And ready we were. With the fastest pod and a brilliant new electrical system, we actually came home with 3 first prizes. Now, I think it goes without saying that we were thrilled to see what we could do next. Of course, we had gone really fast already, but couldn't we also move on to next challenges? Isn't that what we are all about? And what about the remaining pillars of Hyperloop technology? We'll get to that in a bit. But before you can start a project like this, you need the right people.
That is right, Philipp. It's an amazing experience with this team and all the journeys of ups and downs we went through together. Here is our Season 3 Missouri Hyperloop team.
I joined MuZero for 2 main reasons. Firstly, the project is amazing and has a positive impact on the world, and secondly, you have the team that is incredible and supportive, and you have motivated and talented people that help yourself to grow. I'm certain that together we can make a difference in sustainability and high-speed travel.
So at my time at Missouri, I learned a lot about communicate technical concepts and conveying the project goals and objectives. Especially as the lead of the public relations team, I learned a lot about leadership and communications. I'm confident that the skills I've learned here in this team will serve me well in any future endeavors I undertake.
I decided to join MuZero for meeting new and interesting individual people and growing together as a group. Also, a big point for me is to have in the end a final product which you can present to sponsors on an event.
MuZero just is so much more than the theory that you learn in your lectures. You also have a lot of practical knowledge that you gain when you're with us, and that just helps you understand your studies to a whole new degree, I feel. And for your personal growth, you learn so many social skills that just help you in your work life after, like organizing yourself independently and speaking in front of big audiences for lecture recruiting, for example, or also with sponsors having that work-life feeling.
Going into the season, we had the fascinating task of creating an entirely new system without any major limitations. Combining all of the team's ambition and creativity into one prototype required some big decisions early on, and it is really exciting to see it all coming together now. Now that we laid the groundwork for propulsion and levitation, our next goal is to set up the new team. They will have the task of combining it all so we can scale up our system, lift off, and accelerate.
MuZero gives you the opportunity to have a student life while also gaining practical engineering and industry experience. It also gives you the creative freedom to develop and design anything as far as you're willing to push yourself. And that defines MuZero. 1 pod, 1 team, 1 year.
The goal of MuZero is to build a fully functioning Hyperloop prototype. In the long run, that includes a propulsion and levitation system through electromagnets. The goal for this season is to build a stably levitating pod with our in-house design controller architecture by our Levitation team.
It gives us the upper hand to the real-world problems and its solutions. So MuZero teaches me enthusiasm, a team working, and hands-on experience with cutting-edge technology. So I'm proud to be a member of MuZero.
If I had to describe MuZero in one word, I would say adventurous.
I would probably choose possibilities.
Electric.
Future-focused.
Dynamic.
Teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
we are proud to be a part of this amazing team of 43 inspiring members and even many more incredible alumni. However, the greatest team is nothing without incredible sponsors. They provide us assistance with manufacturing capacities, with financial support, or even all kind of material. Sometimes they even feel like a lifesaver. For example, I do remember the day when Philip called me late in the night, "Hey Julius, we need some very expensive steel." I asked him till when, and he just told me as soon as possible. It felt like impossible to get it, but luckily, in the next morning I had a meeting with one of our partners, and he just told me, "Easy, we can provide you with it."
True, I remember that stressful night, but I also remember the next day feeling when we actually had it. Our main sponsor, SEW Eurodrive, plays a vital role too. And we are proud to have you here in our event and as a partner for MuZero in general. One of them, Frank Schönung, will also present with us today. So welcome.
Hi Frank, you will get a microphone as well too, as soon as possible. There it is. It's great to have you here. We are oh, the presenter guys. The presenter.
Okay, I may start.
Whatever, you can start.
Okay, thanks for the short introduction. My name is Frank Schönung. I'm working in SEW's research department, and I want to give you an idea why Hyperloop is so interesting for us, as we are the main sponsor, the premium sponsor, and maybe give you an idea what a modern delivery robot has got to do with an old building you can see on the right. But first of all, let's have a short look. Let's get some impressions of our work together, of our research day we did together with the Hyperloop MuZero team.
Today at SEW, we have the exciting opportunity to learn more about some technical topics. Together with experts, we will discuss the design of brakes and magnets, which are critical to our project.
SEW helps us substantially to realize our project. We especially value events like these, where we have a concentrated work environment and have a company's professional perspective.
We at SEW Eurodrive are driven by technology, motion, and of course people. And that's why we are happy to support MuZero Hyperloop in their third season to achieve great things together. We are ready to accelerate. That's why we want to give the students an opportunity to get to know us, get interesting insights of our company, and maybe one day join our family-run global business to keep the world moving tomorrow.
I'm working at SEW's research department, and we're always doing our research together with students for internships, theses, as working students, and the students, they bring new ideas, sometimes crazy ideas, and we just have the courage just to do it. And that's very important, and that's why we want to try, or where we want to help in the Hyperloop MuZero team, because what they do is transportation, and that's where all our drives are used today, moving goods within plants or in transportation.
SEW Eurodrive is a technologically driven company. We are ahead in the field of industrial drive applications and in the field of mechatronics. For that reason, we're looking all the time for the best talents in that field. And for that reason, we love to support initiatives like this, because there the people learn on one hand side to solve challenging issues, and on the other hand side to act like in a real company. Karlsruhe region is a very technological driven region, and we really love to live here and to find the best talents. And it's really motivating to see the young people going ahead. Let's accelerate.
So thank you, Hyperloop Me Zero, for that wonderful film. And who is SEW? SEW, as a private person, you almost don't know our products. Maybe at Europa Park, but usually we are a supplier of plants of industry with geared motors, with complete drive systems, with solutions for the final assembly and automotive industries, for the skid system, the EMS. We have a service provider, and we have the next generation of conveying technologies with our mobile system within plants. And as almost all our applications are about the movement and the handling of goods, we in the research department are working on solutions for the complete supply chain. How does logistics have to look like in the future? And we're working on several topics. As I already told, in the plant we're pretty far. We've got a modular system for our mobile assistance doing transportation, being used as a mobile workbench for the assembly. We have several projects, feasibility studies all over the supply chain. How will it look like in the future? You might know one of it. It's the project FOI Campus. It's a cooperation with the KIT, with the Hochschule Karlsruhe, with the FZI and other companies, where we're doing the complete supply and disposal of a quarter of an accommodation in Bruchsal, which means we're delivering parcels, we're picking up parcels, but picking up the waste too, bringing it to a quarter depot, which is the interface between the quarter and the outbound logistic service providers. And let's have a brief look on a result of a feasibility study. What you can see here is a complete logistics system for an industrial estate, for a complete industrial estate. And what you can see is we have several networks. For example, one for containers, one for pallets, one for bins, and we have junctions between the networks. So it's more or less a network of networks. So a supply chain won't be sufficient in the future, but we will need networks. And in our opinion, a Hyperloop system could be one solution, could be one network for a high-speed transportation between other networks. Not only for persons, but for goods too. So that's why, as a topic, it's very interesting for us. But there's another reason, coming to the old building. The old building is part of our research campus at SEW in Bruchsal. And what we're doing there is research, which means we're developing new technologies, we're building up the knowledge, but at the same time we're building up the people, the teams, and educating students. We always have 20 to 50 students in our campus doing research together, as we do it with Hyperloop Team 2. That's very important because if a technology is as far to, let's say, earn money with it, we can give a team with all the knowledge to the development department, and they finish it as a product which was only an idea in the beginning. Another topic is building science networks, and we do it by research cooperations, like what we do here with the Hyperloop Me Zero team, by feasibility studies, pilot projects, and internal projects. And let's have a short look what we've done, what was our focus this year with the Hyperloop Me Zero team. It was completely focused on the track, which means we helped in discussions, and I think what was very important at the situation this year, we helped by giving order to our suppliers, to our manufacturers, just for building up the track, and at least we can see we have a track right now. I hope we could help a bit. And thanks to all my colleagues who took part in all that work. So that's the track that came out, and another picture of the research day you just saw before. But meanwhile, we discussed even other ideas, maybe for next year. Why not using a contactless energy supply, which is already a product we're using, which is useful for high-speed transportation too, and especially for track-guided systems. Why not using our slotted waveguide system for a high-performance communication to the pod next time, supplying it with energy and then communication. So there are ideas, and I would say let's continue innovating together. Let's continue doing research together. Congratulations for what you've achieved this year, and thanks for this spectacular show and that we could be part of it. Thank you, and thanks for the audience.
Thank you, Frank, for being here. Okay. I look forward to chatting with you after the event.
Yeah, me too. Okay, thanks.
Besides all the technical discussions with our partners, there's so much interesting about the personal exchange. That's why we love to visit you at your trade fair exhibition stands, randomly running into you in the streets, or hosting events like our last Missouri and Friends Day in our nearby office.
Auf das Projekt aufmerksam sind wir geworden durch ein Gründungsmitglied. Tatsächlich ist das einer meiner Mandanten. Er hat mir davon erzählt. Ich fand es eine spannende Geschichte, auch mit dem Hintergrund, dass Elon Musk dahinter steht. Er hat mir das ein bisschen erklärt. Und da sich MLP auch der Klimaneutralität verschrieben hat, auch schon seit 2022 klimaneutral komplett arbeitet, war es eigentlich klar, dass da Synergien da sind und dass wir das unterstützen.
The Hyperloop is one of the, let's say, future technologies possibly for passenger transportation. And so far, we feel that this is a good opportunity to support the students, let's say the future of people to develop something new with our technology.
I think it's a very interesting project to see this traditional old brewery in cooperation with such modern project.
The specific correlation between Elantas and ReZero is that we can support them by electrical insulating resins, so chemistry which is needed to protect electrical motors or magnets and to apply this on their specific paths. The majority of the business is railroad transportation, and then we have to deal with push and pull equipment on the rail cars, and so we have the same application more or less on the Hyperloop system, and so that is how we can contribute our know-how into their activities.
I think we can benefit all from this project because the students can learn so much about practical work and they can develop personally.
Our thoughts for the future of mobility is it's a growing market. It will be electrified in any way. So if you think about trains, cars, bus, and so on, electrification will affect our mobility in the future massively.
We at MuZero just want to thank all of our motivated sponsors, some of which you can see in these videos today, but also just in general, all the motivation that we get and all the commitment and work ethic that we have. Without the sponsors, our project just wouldn't be the same and it wouldn't be possible. So thank you again to everyone.
So thank you to our sponsoring team for finding us all the partners that we need for our project. The same goes for the teams finance, marketing, and event management, who might not have worked on the pod directly, however, they are irreplaceable for our success. Whether that's keeping our finances clean, creating Instagram posts to reach new people, or organizing amazing events like this one, our HYPERLAUNCH. With their support in the back, our technology divisions have worked tirelessly on creating this year's prototype. But I think we talked enough about the team. Let's take a sneak peek at our work.
I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't none left. Going till there ain't none. Keep the flame on. Keep the flame on. Keep the flame. Keep the flame. Keep the flame on. Keep the flame on.
This teaser is giving me the feeling every time I come up to the office, and I was hyped to see how the pod had grown, as new parts added to the complete system, creating the full prototype.
Oh, absolutely. It gets me every time I see the system fully integrated. What a journey we've been through. Design reviews, round after round, last-minute orders, and finally integration. You can definitely imagine that sweat, tears, hard work and dedication went into this pod, so let's finally talk about it. Remember the 3 pillars of Hyperloop technology? That was propulsion, levitation, and vacuum. I think it's obvious that our motor has proven quite successful. So for us, it was time to move up to the next challenge, a fully levitating system. After all, what would Hyperloop be without levitation? Already last season, we had a small demonstrator project called Leviosa to pre-develop the technology for this season. However, simply moving over the magnets to this year's 200-kilogram beast of a pod would have been too easy. And in just a second, our experts will talk you through all the details. So everybody, please welcome our technical division leads, Alex, Marga, Torben, Apurv, Felix, and Bennett.
All right, then it's time to start with the technical presentation this evening. First off, we have the structural frame. It is basically the first thing that you need when developing any kind of vehicle, because all of the components are later on fastened to this exact frame. It is also the main load-bearing structure. But now, let's take a sneak peek, or like a deep dive into our custom frame. First off, as you can see, we have 7 cross ribs that are evenly spaced. To these cross ribs, 2 keels are added. To fasten these components together, we will use 56 CNC milled aluminum brackets, which are also fastened via screws. Then on top we add another layer of brackets, and on top of those brackets we add a base plate to fasten every single component. Then, guess what? We will use more brackets, but this time they are made out of steel to further improve the whole structure of the frame and its integrity. On top of these plates, another 2 base plates are added, and in the front and the back we will add number plates. Then lastly, to finish off the whole frame, we will fasten on the left and the right side 2 side plates to further improve the integrity of the whole frame. That leaves us with a fully assembled frame. Now you may wonder, what is so special about this thing? It's unique because it's fully simulated. Every single component is shape optimized to achieve a most lightweight design possible. Also, it uses a very special kind of aluminum alloy that's used in aviation, and it's like the best you can get on the whole market. So now we've talked enough about the frame. Let's move on to our suspension and brakes lead, Marga.
Thank you very much, Alex. In the division suspension and brakes, we focused on making the pod safe with mechanical features. You may wonder why we have 16 wheels on our pod, even though we built it to levitate. But the wheels play an important role for collision prevention. Let's discover together how these components contribute to a safer and more reliable driving experience. First, the lateral control module, short LCM, ensures precise alignment by centering the pod sideways. Therefore, it sits at the 4 corners of the pod. We have the ball transfer units, which can rotate freely to all directions. This gives the pod the possibility to move up and down with little friction. The LCM can be adjusted with different spacer plates to touch the track rails permanently or to act as bumper elements. The pod is not only secured to the side, there's also a crucial safety measure to the top. This is called the Levitation Support Bumper, also known as LSB. Positioned next to each magnet, they always assure that no magnet touches the track. Additionally, the LSB incorporates damper to reduce oscillations and shocks, further enhancing stability and safety during levitation. The last suspension component is the SS, that stands for Start-Stop Suspension. This component sits at the bottom of the pod and carries the whole pod weight. It's a versatile component used during rest, before and after levitation, and in emergency cases. It provides excellent damping and ensures the protection of all critical components within the pod. The SS interfaces with the brakes. These engage with the wheel and slow it down. This is achieved with a system that incorporates an always engaged feature, realized through a spring mechanism. For disengagement, an electromagnetic actuator is employed to overcome the spring force and pull the brake pads back. This is the exact opposite of what you are used to from driving a car. We are really proud that we designed 3 suspension systems and completely new brakes this season. With that being said, I hand over to Torben, our wonderful aerodynamics lead.
Thank you, Margarete. The work of the aerodynamics division can basically be split up into 2 separate areas. First of all, the design and optimization of our beautiful shell, and secondly, the manufacturing. I want to start off with the first one, the design and optimization of the shell. The goal for the aerodynamic development was to reduce the drag as much as possible, since it increases the efficiency of the overall system. Through extensive study of the flow situation around our shell, we noticed that the main contributor to aerodynamic drag is a separation bubble occurring at the rear of the pod. You can see it on the slide right here. It's that blue area behind or right to the pod. A separation bubble is a high energy, high pressure, low velocity field which increases the aerodynamic drag decisively. Through 2D and 3D parameter optimization using 2D and 3D CFD simulations, we were able to decrease the size of that separation bubble, hence also decreasing the drag. In the end, we were able to achieve a drag reduction of 33% compared to last season's shell. Furthermore, in the aerodynamics division, we also care about the scalability of the Hyperloop concept. One of my members, Benedict, is working on his bachelor thesis in which he researches the impact on different pod designs on the aerodynamic loads of possible Hyperloop stations. Now continuing with the manufacturing of the shell. For the manufacturing, the goal was to develop and manufacture a sustainable, recyclable, fiber-reinforced plastic, combining the advantages of recyclability and eco-friendliness as well as high material characteristics. We took 2 new major steps this season in order to improve it. First of all, we introduced an entirely new thermoplastic resin system for our fiber-reinforced plastic instead of the industry standard thermoset resin system. The thermoplastic resin system yields the great advantage of recyclability, so we can recycle the entire material of the shell after its use case. Secondly, we looked at the entire manufacturing path of our shell and developed an entirely new mold manufacturing technique. You might ask, what is the mold? The mold is basically the tooling in which we can manufacture a 3D complex shaped part like the shell. Usually it is manufactured in polyurethane, which is an oil-based product which is not recyclable, and this year we took a whole new approach to that and manufactured the mold out of recyclable cardboard and natural fiber. In the end, we were able to recycle 75% of the material used for the mold. With these big improvements on sustainable production, I hand over to Apurv, who is going to tell you all about the new stuff happening in electronics and control systems.
Thank you, Tom. So now let's look at our electronic system. So electronic system is basically which handles the working and safety of the pod. also in charge of supplying power throughout the system. And for that purpose, we have two different lithium polymer batteries with total capacity of 45,000 mAh. With its own battery management system, which ensures that the systems are safe from overvoltage and short circuit protection. So all the sensors, control units, and communication modules are powered up with this central power unit. Now let's move to the brain of the system, the own developed PCBs. Power distribution unit, which regulates the power supply throughout the system, along with the basic control unit and electrical control unit, which gathers data, processes it, and controls the whole system. Safety and efficiency are our utmost priority. That's why we have 29 different sensors which are integrated throughout the system, which collects data in real time of different safety critical parameters and transmit it to the control units over the complex network of wiring with different voltages, and which allows our state machine to make educated decisions and take a quick action as soon as possible to the potential issues. But as you know, the most robust system also prone to some unexpected errors. But wait, that's why this is not the end of our safety system. We have implemented the active error handling in our pod, which ensures the stability and the autonomous working of the pod, along with the state estimation with the velocity and location of the pod throughout the track. Last not but the least, the communication. How do we communicate between different controllers in such a complex network? So we use our in-house developed network architecture over the seasons, CAN0, which is internal communication system for the pod. And to monitor and control pod remotely over the ground station, we use and implemented the wireless telemetry communication technology. Furthermore, we have a dedicated power source for levitation units, which has the specific voltage and current requirements. About this exciting levitation unit, my friend Felix will explain you in more detail. Over to you, Felix. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Apoorv. All right, to begin our journey with levitation, we had to take a look at two key factors, safety and scalability. To pursue a technology that doesn't include any rare or hazardous materials, such as permanent magnets, meaning that this season we wanted to focus our technology on using only electromagnets. All right, now, we also wanted to build a system where all the requirements of levitation were found in a single unit. This means that our unit is as independent as possible from the rest of the system. Furthermore, we wanted to make it so that the units could then be scaled up to fit any size of the pod. And with these points in mind, we came together to create the modular levitation unit, otherwise known as MLU. Now, to better understand the MLU, we have to take a look at the inner workings and at its heart, the electromagnet. The electromagnet consists of an iron core. Here, we did simulations and parameter sweeps in order to optimize the force, speed, and power. After getting a little bit of experience with simulations, we were then able to tune the force by optimizing the geometry as well. Then come the coils, whereby the introduction of current adds a magnetic field, which then produces a force to lift the magnets up to the track. Moving on to the structure of the MLU. We begin with its core element, the interface plate. This interface plate allows for easy mounting of all subsystems, such as the dampers, which connect it to the frame and reduce vibrations from both the MLU and the frame, as well as the LSBs, which Maga talked about before, which are a safety mechanism to protect the magnet from collisions. However, we cannot forget about the electronics, such as the distance sensor, which consistently measures the distance between the magnet and the track, as well as the MDB, our magnet driver board, which is the brain of our MLU. All in all, this comes together to create the modular levitation unit, otherwise known as MLU. Now, levitation is not just a problem with magnetics and electronics. It is also an issue with thermodynamics. This means that with an increase in temperature, we also have an increase in electrical resistance. This reduces the efficiency of our system, and so therefore, we had to come up with a creative new solution. We split up our coils into two halves and sandwiched a heat exchanger in between them. These heat exchangers are printed out of aluminum and are printed using 3D manufacturing. They are also liquid cooled, and with the use of our manufacturing technique, we can produce an internal structure to increase the heat transfer capabilities. We're also proud to announce that within one season, we've had 5 generations of development for our magnet driver board. This means, what is the MDB, to be exact? Well, as stated before, this is the brain of our system. Right? This board reads all the sensor data from the distance sensor and is also our hook or connection from the pod to the MLU. Furthermore, it also accurately tunes the current and thus the force of our magnet such that we can stably levitate. This season, we also made big strides towards helping improve the testing and integration of our system. That's why we had a team working fully on the test stand. This test stand is used for two things. First, being the mapping of our magnet. We're able to map the force of our magnet using this test stand from various different conditions. And once we pass this first prerequisite, we can then use the test stand to levitate an MLU. Now, with this test stand, we're allowed, and with the prerequisites first passed, of mapping and then levitation, it allows us to easily integrate each MLU fully into the pod. Now, to give you a bit more of the inner workings of the track, I hand it off to Bennett.
Thank you very much. So, our next goal this season was to completely rethink how Miziro's Hyperloop track could look like, but to also design a test track that you can, by the way, see here next to me, that accomplishes every requirement for a stable levitation. Starting with that, we needed new interfaces for the magnets to interfere with. To go more in detail with those interfaces, I want to start with the rails you see on the top. Those rails are the counterpart to the magnets and are built out of a ferromagnetic material. The rails have the ideal geometry with the same thickness as the magnet cores to produce a perfect magnet circuit. They also have the same width as the magnet cores, which allows us to guide us laterally contactless without any additional interfaces or without magnets that are pointed to the side, and I think that is really amazing. Of course, there are cases where we do not levitate, and for that we put aluminum rails to the side and to the bottom of the track for the physical suspension that Marga presented. One of the biggest challenges while designing the track was to keep within the really tight position tolerances of 1 millimeter along the track. We finally reached that by creating portals that are cut really precisely with water. With that manufacturing method, we were able to center every rail you can see on this track through those portals with centering pins. With that, I conclude my presentation, and I conclude also all technical subsystem presentations. And we are also really excited to tell you everything about our designs after our presentation.
Let's be honest, it's amazing what you guys have created with your teams. Thank you for the awesome presentations. But wrapping up the hard work of many day and night shifts in just a matter of a couple of minutes can hardly represent the endless hour of researching, developing, and manufacturing our prototype. But maybe a look at our prototype does. Stay hyped and prepare yourself for Atlas, the prototype of Missouri in the 3rd season.
Ladies and gentlemen, the eagle has landed.
I am sure that with this prototype, our fight to be one of the top teams in the upcoming competition, the European Hyperloop Week, will be rewarded. Just like 1 year ago. I'm so ready for that. We can't wait to compare and present our system to the competitors. But for now, Bennett and Philip will tell you what's up next. And especially the Season 4 members for the next season should pay close attention, since you will get to know the future of Missouri.
Exactly, so what's up now? With our system finished, it's time to do some final tests and then pack it up for the European Hyperloop Week.
Exactly. So I can tell already that we are all really hyped for Edinburgh. It's definitely the peak of the season, but sadly it means also that we come to an end.
Yes, but after that we can start training the new team. So starting with the winter semester, they can take on the next challenge. So Bennett, what could that look like?
So on the first place, we would like to combine our technical innovations from the last 3 years and put them together in a new pod. Sadly, our 4-meter track is not long enough for high velocities. So I'm really hoping to see the next team to build a next generation track with our experiences we made this year, combine it with their innovation, also with scalable materials, and build a track that is ready for the future and also ready for high speeds. And of course, that are just our ideas. I'm really thrilled to see how the next season will combine that with their own creativity, their own input, and their own will to create cool technology.
Sounds like a plan. So thank you, Bennett, and all my technical leads who presented today. Thank you, Julius. It was a pleasure working with you throughout the project, throughout this year, and for this presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Philip. As already starting at the preparation for this event, I was already hyped and it was so much fun. But at this point, I want to thank 2 major parties. One of them are our sponsors. As the sponsoring lead, I had so much contact with them, and I know how important they are for us. So even hi to one of them who told me he couldn't make it today because he's at the beach and would watch our Hyperlaunch from the beach. And the second major party are the 2 most important members of the season. So please, Eloise, come on stage. So, out of 43 members in this season, we had 2 who did everything to keep the project running. Our chief leaders, Philip and Eloise. Thank you for your time in the name of the whole team.
Thank you so much.
I think I can speak for both Philip and I when I say that I am just so thankful to have spent the last 10 months this season working with so many dedicated people, especially you, also Julius, and of course all of the wonderful members. Speaking of members, please come up on stage so we can really thank you. Come on. Woo! Mal Seite. All right. Now that you guys are all up on stage, I just want to thank each and one of you really for growing together with us and for putting so much work into the last couple of months. We really couldn't have done it without you, and I'm really, really proud to be a leader of such a beautiful and wonderful team. So thank you again. A little round of applause. And I mean, obviously we have this beautiful prototype, but we wouldn't be able to show it without our wonderful light and audio and live stream team. So thank you up in the regie, Felix, Nico, Nils, and our alumni, Robin. Round of applause. Woo! Woo! And one last thank you as well to Tripeda, Moya Design, and Film Arcan for being able to show us and give us these videos that can really show what a Hyperloop is and what Mizero is all about. So thank you for providing the videos, animations, and graphics for tonight. Thank you. And one last thank you goes out to all of you for coming tonight. We are really, really happy to be able to share our project with so many people, whether it's supporters, sponsors, family, friends, or alumni, or people who are interested in the project. This event really wouldn't be the same without you, so thank you again to all of you in the audience as well. All right, so this would conclude our presentation for tonight, but it definitely does not conclude our evening. So everyone is, of course, welcome to go out into the foyer where you've already seen our Season 2 prototype and our test bench, but we will also be bringing out our pod, so you're welcome to discuss with our members, with our team, to just get to know us better, to know our prototypes better. So yeah, also, of course, enjoy a drink, ask us all the questions you want. We would be using the left side exit just to get the pod out, so if you keep that one open for us, that would be great. But otherwise, we will see you in the foyer, and thank you again. Have a good evening.